Welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another Tuesday Night Talk live stream. This one's going to be a little different, guys, but as always, this will always be the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. And of course, your home for tech, toys, and talk. So, this week is going to be not our usual crazy, psychotic, all over the place, having fun, having major entertainment and toy discussions. It's going to be a little different. Excuse me. Sinuses and weather's just tearing me up. And also, this is not going to be the usual 2 or 3 hour stream that I usually do on Tuesdays. There's a couple things we need to clear the air about, guys. Sorry about that. There's a couple things we need to clear the air about. Now, to give you guys the full story, there's one thing that's pretty much prevalent all over social media is there are haters. There are haters, there are drama starters, and my channel is I've tried to keep it drama free. Okay. You guys know I always do hashtag we grow together. I try and support as many other channels as I possibly can. Almost anybody and everybody is a mod on my streams. Everybody, because I want you guys to be able to promote your channels to help your channels grow. And now this has been a channel. This channel has been going for 4 years now. 4 years on YouTube. We've grown to over 2,100 subscribers, 2,100 rifters, 2,100 people who seem to have clicked on a video or stream. They enjoyed it so much that they decided to hit that button, hit that bell for notifications. And we've grown strong. I can't thank you guys enough for it. I mean, over the past year, the growth has been tremendous. We don't get the watch hours we need for YouTube to monetize us, but it's more than just being monetized. Monetization would be nice. It would be nice to have a few drops in the bucket, a few quarters, maybe $1 here or there. And I know it's easier said than done, but I started this channel because I wanted to do an unbox. I see everybody on YouTube doing unboxes, and then I decided to do a review of this thing and that thing, and got into collecting. And it's been tremendous. I mean, for me, collecting was, growing up as a kid, my family, we didn't have much, so I didn't have a whole lot of toys. Now I got a ton of toys now. Some are oversized, toys like proton packs and whatnot. A 3D printer, which is going to help with more content moving forward in the future. However, even though you could start a channel, but drama is going to find you in some shape or form. Let's say hello to everybody. Of course, Archer was here, I think, last night when I actually scheduled this, because it's not even 8:56 p.m. yet. It's 8:04 p.m., so it must have been yesterday. We got Mega Demon. We got Rolando Flores, the multiversal moderator himself, who is in every stream known to man. So everyone's saying hello to everyone. Thank you, Bree, for popping in. We got Batman popping in as well. Thank you, Batman. But like I was saying, whoa. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So like I was saying, drama finds you no matter how hard you try to stay out of drama. Drama will find you. Over the past couple of years, I've done an annual fundraiser called Stream for the Cure to help raise money for Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute. You guys know it's my big driving force for a good portion of the year. There you go. Stream. It's right at the bottom of the screen right there. So May 18th, we are doing a 10-hour stream at least, maybe longer. And we're doing prize giveaways. Now, to be entered in on those prize giveaways, you have to drop $10 donation directly to the Roswell Park donation page. I have the link for it in the video description below. And once you do that, you take a screenshot of your donation. You send that to me via Instagram or email to Dave's_dimension on Instagram or at you're gonna email me at davesimmons78 at gmail.com. You send me your screen name, your real name, and the screenshot of your donation. Once you do that, I add you to the list, and your name is going to be on every wheel that we're doing. We have a lot of prizes to be given out, and every dollar, every nickel, every dime goes directly to Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute. Cancer doesn't care, no matter how old, how young. You could be the picture of health, and it could still hit you. But the thing is, a lot of people forget cancer is not a one-way ticket anymore. You can fight it, you can live it, you can live through it, and you can beat it. So many people do. I've been a part of the Ride for Roswell for this is going to be my fourth year. I can't even believe that it's going to be my fourth year. And my mother had a form of skin cancer. She didn't die from it, but it affected her psychologically because she didn't like having photographs taken because she had extra layers of skin that would grow from her cheek to her nose. My dad, we found out after he passed away that he was hiding cancer from us. Cancer strikes us all. It hits us. It hits so many people. If you don't know anyone in your family, you know a family, maybe a friend who's had it, or maybe a friend whose loved one has had it. Cancer strikes at all angles possible. Okay. Right now, I have a family member who's fighting stage 4. So this year's a little bit more personal for me, but I mean, Roswell Park's been around for well over a century. I think they started in the late 1890s. The Ride for Roswell, which is the annual bike riding fundraiser, which I'm a part of, which I participate in, and that happens June 22nd. And again, I will try to record as much of it as possible, like I did last year. But what I'm asking is everyone out there who's watching this either live or on replay, go to the video description below. You're going to have find the donation link, which takes you directly to Roswell Park. It takes you directly to Roswell Park. I am not handling any money at all. It goes directly to Roswell Park. All you have to do is donate directly to them. They get the money immediately. Okay. Now, you heard me saying, well, there's drama, and then you heard me bring this up. Well, reason why I'm bringing up the Ride for Roswell and also mentioning how there is drama on YouTube is this past year, me and a few other YouTubers were victims of a campaign of sorts. Um, this year we've had with Ride for Roswell and also with another fundraiser I was a part of, we didn't have a whole lot of people entering and donating into it. Now, what's odd about that is the first year we had a ton of people. We had a ton of people enter last year. And then this year, it's only been a handful of people. Now, I get times are tough financially. However, we also found rumblings where my channel and several other YouTubers noticed that they were losing watch hours. And we found through other sources, through other people talk, people who talk, because let's face it, everybody talks. We found out that there were a few people who were trying to do a smear campaign, trying to tell other people to not support my channel, to not support this person, that person, and that person's channel. And all the people, I'm not going to name those channels because it's not my place to name those channels. But these are people who give out of their own time to support other charities and other events. People who put their heart and soul into their channels, who never start any beef or try to do any kind of conflicts. Okay. But guess what? They were still victimized. Now, I don't have physical proof. I don't have, names of the individual people. I have a strong belief as to who they are, but that's all it is. But it's funny how those very same people no longer talk to me, no longer talk to uh, so many other people. Usually, when you turn your back on someone, that's pretty strong admission of guilt right there, don't you think? Now, and the thing is, these people they seem to be attacking me. They seem to be attacking the other channels. I don't know, out of spite, out of the fact that maybe they've had to restart their channels or reformat their channels multiple times. And I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible, but honestly, a part of me wants to flat out accuse these people, but because I don't have 100% proof, I'm not going to do that. You know, if this was a court case, if there was a sliver of doubt, any kind of doubt, then obviously the person or persons wouldn't be convicted, right? Same thing here. I'm trying to be I've you guys know me, I've always tried to be as transparent as possible. There are several YouTubers who seem to be hopping, don't seem to be able to hold a co-host, or for whatever reasons they are sporadic with what they do. I mean, one person, and I'm not naming their names, but one of these people did a supposed fundraiser last year. Okay. Now, you guys know when I do a fundraiser, I let you guys know, okay, we're at this amount, we're at that amount, we're at that amount, right? This person never announced what amounts of money they raised. And the way that they were raising money was you had to buy their merch. How, so let me tell you, let me just clarify. The only way you're going to be raising money for your channel, or you're going to be raising money for this charity, is if I buy your merch. And there's no transparency. This person was not giving updates of, hey, we raised this amount for this charity. They never told us the results. They never told us where they were at. Okay. Last fall, I think it was more like November, me, Dre, Colin, a few others got together. Colin had this VC collecting. He had this great idea to raise money for school lunches for kids. It was a great idea. We raised a bunch of money. We had a great time with fundraising in the stream, but we also made you guys aware of how much we were raising. We had a system planned out where you went to this link and you donated directly to that organization. Okay? Now, this YouTuber, who I'm not naming names, this YouTuber who is supposedly raising money, I think you had to pay them directly in order to, I'm not 100% clear, because I thought the thing was sketchy as all hell. But that's the thing. It's, if you don't plan things out, if things seem sketchy, I mean, 9 out of 10 times, if you got a bad feeling about something, then maybe you should stay away from it. This person, you had to buy their merch. I don't see how buying merch is going to fundraise an organization. It doesn't make sense to me. With the right now, I'll be honest. The first 2 years for Stream for the Cure, we did it where you donated money to a PayPal, or if you donated to Roswell, you sent me your name and I could verify the donation. Now we are just strictly doing it where you go directly to Roswell's site, you donate. The app will show me the names of who donated. I get an email every time someone makes a donation. I get an email on my phone. So there's clear ways for me to track everything. Okay. But the sad thing is, my channel and several other channels were affected by this, where we lost subscribers. We lost watch hours. Okay. I tend to think, at least my channel, at least with Dave's Dimension, and also the Outer Dimension podcast, I can speak for, because I am one half of that channel, always have tried to be honest, always tried to, look at both sides of the road, so to speak, both sides of an issue. Okay. So I can't fathom how I upset someone, or I made someone butthurt to the fact that they want to launch a smear campaign against me and several of my friends who each have their own channels and who run in the same circle. You and your buddies want to try and attack us. Why? We're all small channels. My channel's not monetized. Neither are the other people's channels. Well, the one person's channel is monetized. they but to lose watch hours, to lose followers, to suddenly see your numbers drop out of nowhere. I think it was Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle who coined the phrase that, when you remove all the logical, then only the illogical remains. And it's said that in this day and age, it's 2020 friggin' four, guys. We still have people who are going to hate on other people. You guys have heard me say this plenty of times before. YouTube is like public access. Back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, public access, if you wanted to have your own kind of talk show, you recorded it, you used your own equipment, you sent the video into your local cable company, and they had a public access channel where anyone and everyone could have their own show. Now, it's 2024, guys. YouTube is our public access. Anybody and their grandmother could have 3 or 4 channels if they really wanted to. On the internet, there's room on YouTube for everyone. Okay? If you are someone who you feel butthurt, you feel any kind of jealousy, bro, it's on you to make the changes. Okay? If your life is not going how you like it, guess what? It's up to you to make a decision to try and make a difference. If you feel your life isn't going good, then guess what? You got the choice to get off your feet or get off your butt, go out there and do something different. Same thing with YouTube. So many of us are trying to grow our channels because we want to see how far they can really go. Doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I want to be monetized. Hey, if monetization is your goal and your only goal, more power to you. Then treat it like a business. If your business is not doing well, then hey, maybe you need to do a different kind of advertisement or maybe a different type of product you need to carry, right? Same thing here with YouTube. We're always trying to change things. Once upon a time, I was just doing uh, action figures. Well, one of my other passions is technology. And this past year, I embraced it when I built my new computer. And a lot of you guys started watching those videos, and it really made me feel great. Last year, when I got my e-bike, a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot, but I mean, I had a good chunk of people who were actually watching those videos because I did bike buying for big guys, and I had a lot of people reach out to me who emailed me or they commented on the video and they said, "Thank you for making this video." Because there weren't that you go on YouTube, you look for a bike video, you're gonna see someone who might be 6 foot and maybe they're 170 pounds, maybe 220. I'm a chunky boy, so I'm gonna take the word of another heavyset person if I'm gonna buy a bike, right? And that's what I was getting from that. People were thanking me for trying to make that kind of content, and that's the thing. I don't see how doing videos like that or talking about GI Joe classifieds or my opinions on those figures, I don't see how that is rubbing people the wrong way, but it has. There are several YouTubers who don't even communicate anymore. They turned their back on me and several other people last year, all at the same time. And at that same time, that's when we started noticing issues with our metrics. We started noticing less and less people hanging around our channels who were always watching us. People who are longtime friends of the channel, we don't see. So something it just comes off for, and if you guys know, and I know I'm speaking out of my own turn, Dre the Collector Safe Space, my brother, he did a video yesterday talking roughly about the same kind of things, guys. And let me catch up here because we got a lot of people coming through the chat here all of a sudden. We got Lack Sivrak, General Lack himself. Thank you for popping through the chat. We got Fig Fever as always. Thank you. We got the Man Collects. Thank you, Man Collects, for coming through. We got a lot of people coming through. I know Kat was in the chat. I don't know if she still is. We got the captain himself. He should be an admiral by now. We got Captain Spaulding. I was there. The food. I was there. The food for kids. Yep. The school lunch for EC collecting. Tarot Destroyer. Thank you. $1 trillion has already been wasted. Government on government cancer research. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Tarot Destroyer. You're new to the channel. Thank you for popping through. Of course, we got Zombie Hunter, a good friend of the channel. Zombie Hunter is a good friend. He is a 3D printing master. I actually met him through Kat's, Vader's girl on her puzzle streams. He's given me a lot of advice when it comes to 3D printing. In Zombie Hunter, yep, this is actually a part for the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire Proton Pack. I printed this yesterday. I'm getting a different version of the file, but this came out magnificent. He's a great help. Life expectancy is dropping. Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in the West. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't trust me. I've had my own medical issues over the years, but Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute, they do so much. Like I said, I have a family member who is currently attending Roswell Park, and she says that they have a Starbucks there. She says it doesn't even feel like a hospital, and that's the thing. They put so much effort into it that it's they make such a difference, and more people are living because of them. Every year now, and at the beginning of each ride, they do rides at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, but at the beginning they say how much that they've raised from last year to this year, but then they also ask for all the cancer survivors to raise their hands. You might expect maybe 2 or 3, maybe 5 people. It's usually 15 or 20, maybe even 30 people around you. And when you see all those people raising their hands, that hits you. It hits you in such a way that you just want to keep on going and going and going. And that's why Ride for Roswell is very, very important to me, because of my dad hiding his cancer, my mother suffering skin cancer for a number of years, my family member, who I don't like to say who the family member is because I don't want to put them on blast in case they don't want it to be. But this is someone who I've known my entire life, and I'm hoping to keep on knowing her for the rest of my life. No, it's not my wife. It's someone it's blood relative, and I'm just fingers crossed. And it makes me want to do even more this year. So, but that's why this kind of smear campaign that's hit me in other channels, it aggravates me to no ends. I really want to go off. I was talked off that ledge. I wanted to start throwing names out, but I was talked off that ledge by Dre and also by my wife. They both told me to, relax, don't just, don't start burning the world because some people are going to be childish and feel butthurt about life. So I wanted to start accusing people. I really wanted to put these people on blast because there's pretty 90% probability that I know who they are, because these are people who they cut communication off with me, with Dre, and a few other people. It's kind of obvious when you cut all ties, you just kind of burn bridges, or you just ghost someone all of a sudden. It's kind of obvious what's going on. And it just sucks that, some people feel YouTube isn't big enough for everyone. It is. Everybody and their grandmother could have a channel. You guys might laugh when I say that, but no, anybody can. A person could have a channel about cooking. A person could have a channel about crafts. I mean, look at a good friend of the channel, Colbane Games. He does gaming, Gunpla, which is basically giant robot model building. I mean, he does so much stuff that, I mean, he does so many different games. Now he's launched a monthly D&D game, which he got amazing views, so many people, so much engagement on it. I mean, we have Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. Rebels, I'm a good friend of his, or or at least he's a good friend of mine. I mean, he started his channel because he loved, Rebels, obviously Star Wars. Reptiles, loves all kinds of lizards and iguanas and various types of pets, and of course games. Anybody and everyone can have their damn channel, guys. Okay. I mean, whether it's action figures or vlogging, your life at work. I mean, Lack was giving us streams and videos on how his life was when he went up north. I think he was in Alaska, if I'm correct. He had to go where there was work, but he brought us with him. Anybody and everyone can have their own channels. I had someone who actually came at me because they thought I was against people from New Zealand. Those that know me, I have several friends from New Zealand, but this person still came at me. You know what I did? I could have started a war with this person. I really could have. Because if you're saying that you're going to accuse someone of hating a person just because they're from a country or from a certain part of the world, that's pretty egotistical right there. Exactly, zombie. Exactly. Uh let's just catch up here. Of course, we got nerd affiliated in chat. El Presidente himself. And guys, don't forget Nerdy Coffee. I believe is it on I believe is it still on Monday mornings, Archer? Let us know in the chat. And also, of course, his Thursday nights with Hey Archer. You never want to miss that. We have a few new people in the chat, so I want to throw some wrenches around to a few people. Fig Fever, you now have a wrench. That's the thing. You guys know me. I always make people in my chats, I give them the ability to throw their own links up there because I want everybody to grow. I want everyone to go as far as you can. If that's monetization, great. If that's networking, meeting other like-minded people, then yeah, let's grow. Let's get out there. Let's do what we can here. JJ's in the chat. JJ says hello to Zombie Hunter. He also says hello to Mega Demon. I hope you're doing well. There you go. Tarot's giving us a little bit of information. The only cure, the only preventive, and only effective treatment for cancer is amygdalin. I hope I'm saying it properly, aka vitamin B17. We got, of course, we got Rick, because we know the best coast is the Left Coast Graphics. His sister started a channel last week. Awesome. So is she a Left Coast sister, or hey, if you want to drop your sister's link in the chat, go ahead and do that. Please do, Rick. Just trying to stay warm. Gary says thanks for the support. Everyone saying hello to everybody else. Gary, I hope Gary will be okay. Got a lot here. Got a lot. I'm trying to catch up here. No chance. I'm well, Captain. Hope you're doing well. Saving the Dosh. So yeah, guys. So since last fall, me and several other channels were virtually victims of a campaign of people, because let's face it, we're all in Instagram chats or Twitter chats or even group chats on Facebook, and you get people who talk to other groups or they leave other groups. And what happened was me and there's 3 other channels that were affected, where we suddenly saw our watch hours crash down because apparently those people were going to other people and basically talking down about us, saying, "Oh, we're not good channels," or making up lies, or who knows what kind of gossip they were really making up. And it was attacking us. It was, it's like going behind your back and saying, "Hey, why are you dating that girl? You shouldn't be dating her. You should be dating this one instead." It's high school mentality, and it sucks. It really sucks. I mean, I knew one of these channels, one of my friends was actually contemplating quitting YouTube because of this kind of BS. They were contemplating quitting YouTube, and they've been on YouTube longer than me. I've been on here 4 years. I by no means am an expert, but I try to run a good, positive channel. I don't like to do these kinds of videos. I don't like to do these kinds of streams where I have to complain, where I have to bicker. Sure, I like to complain about Hasbro and a few other toy manufacturers, but that's different. This is being outright negative. I don't like being negative. I'm someone that I like to do good things. I like to push forward positive, but when you get someone who's attacking, if it was just me, I would say, you know what, whatever, you do you. But when you start attacking other people, my friends, when you start attacking my friends, that's that's going too far. I don't care. You can talk crap about me, okay? You could say your mother. You could say, "Hey, you fat slob." You can say anything you want about me. But when you start attacking my friends and you bully these people, like I said, one of my friends was talking about quitting his channel because of this. Okay? So, I'm at a point where one, I'm at a where I'm just sick of it. I really wish there was some way we could squash this. Now, by and let's give I'm giving full disclosure here. I am not inviting these people. If someone has a problem with me, they can either email me at Dave's Dimension 78 at gmail.com, or they can message me on Instagram at Dave's underscore dimension. I am not giving a platform for these people to bicker and promote their own channels. This is not one of those situations where you get two parties arguing with each other because they want to boost views for their channel. I want this squashed, okay? With all due respect, this is I was going to bring you in. Just calm down. Calm down.
Hey, listen, it's a run-in. It's like you and I talked about this. It's like a promo.
Was that
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I said I came in.
so? As I was saying, Dre, me, and several other people, we we came across information of people who were smearing, and one of our friends was contemplating leaving YouTube because of this, because they felt like they were doing something wrong when they weren't.
Actually,
Okay,
two of our friends, actually, if you want to be very blunt.
yeah,
What's up, guys? I'm not listen. I'm here to support. Again, I'm here to support and kind of go out. I'm I agree with Dave, and I'm here to be his Jiminy Cricket because y'all
oh,
don't
trust me,
realize.
I haven't said any names. I've been good so far.
Oh no. I would gladly. I see people in here, and I'm gonna tell you now. And I see people in here, and I'm gonna address it like this. You want to leave and stop watching because I came in because I support my brother? Go right ahead. I'm gonna state this like this. There are people in here currently that I see that have done me dirty, have done negative stuff to Dave without even telling us Dave, but we know who it is. I know Lack,
Yes,
and Lack, I would love to. I would love to do that. But you know what though? That's yeah, it was me. Come on, left coast. You know it was me. In all honesty, it's at 45, almost 46 years old.
yeah,
And the people that are getting smeared are either older than us and have done nothing. Done nothing.
yeah. So I mean, that's what this stream is. It's about me talking about Stream for the Cure. It's talking about clearing the air because we're fed up with. I mean, we're grown ass adults, but you still want to play high school rules. Like, hey, oh, this person's doing well, so I want to talk. I want to talk crap about them. Okay, listen. One, life is too damn friggin' short. Okay, cancer aside, any illnesses aside, I mean, life is too short. You could cross the street and not make it across the street. Okay, a
Darby
stray
Allen.
bullet, a bus in New York City. Sorry, I had to do that, Darby.
Yeah,
Uh,
sorry, Darby, if you watch us, sorry. We feel bad for you. You recover.
oh, he's not a
He's fine.
Ghostbuster fan, so he doesn't watch me. So,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Oh, I see.
but uh, but that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. It's life is too freaking short. Everybody and their grandmother can have their own channels. Okay, so if you don't like what someone's doing, hey, don't watch it. Don't start smearing hate. And thank you, zombie. Haters will always hate. Nothing's going to change. The best way I've found is just to ignore them. Yeah, you can try to
Zombie.
ignore them, but
In
apparently this small group is like maybe 3 or 4 people
Oh no,
potentially.
zombie. I'll speak on this because Dave's heard it from me, and again, like I said, I speak truth. I'm gonna be like CM Punk. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I have done nothing to these people, and it's been petty jealousies. It's been, some people don't even know me. Like they don't even know who I am, and they've done the one thing I said you don't do, which is bring my family in it. They've done this to other people, and they're
Mhm.
doing it currently to other people. And this smear campaign, it's bullshit. It's stupid. You know, my wife has said it. It's ridiculous that grown ass men have these things, and she's a middle school teacher. I was a former middle school teacher, and what you're seeing now is the results of just it's grown out of control, and it's a sandbox. Like I said this on my thing earlier. Oh, thank you, Lack. Um, I'm going to speak very, very bluntly about this. It's a big sandbox. Everybody can play. I don't care who in the community doesn't like me. I really don't care. I really don't. I've done enough positive in this community. I've never done a single negative thing to anybody. I don't
Yeah.
talk shit about. If I talk to somebody, like I tell Dave, I said, whatever I say to anybody, I'll say to your face. Like I
But
said, there's people in here now that I could say a couple of things. I could say a couple of words to, and I'd love to hear what they would say back. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm gonna be positive.
there is one thing I have to make everyone aware of. As it stands, Stream for the Cure, um, in its current format, may not return. There will be a different stream next year. Because of this hate, because of this frustration, because of these idiots, there has been a very little interest in Stream for the Cure this year. So Stream for the Cure, there will be some kind of a stream next year, but there's not going to be prize giveaways. It's going to be a different kind of format. The past couple years, the first year, we had a tremendous run of people who had interest in it. Last year, we had a tremendous number of people who had interest. This year, literally, it's only a few people who've stepped up and donated, and I can't thank those people enough. Okay, right now, Ride for Roswell, for that is Team Dimension. That is me raising. Uh, raising so far, we've raised $420 so far this year. Um, and I can't thank enough. I can't thank those people who donated enough. The past couple years, we've raised. I think the first year was $1,800 or $1,900. Last year, I think we did, after everything was said and done, that's Facebook and YouTube donations. It wound up being like around 1,700. This year we're at $420. Now, that's $420 is nothing to scoff at. However, given the previous years and given all the gossip, given all the hate that's happened this past year, I mean, it's obviously a reflection on that. You can't tell me it's not. I mean, Dre, Dre, you might want to unmute yourself, rookie.
About to Tony Khan your ass. um, no, I was
I
gonna.
mean, if you want
It's
me to mute you, I'll mute you.
no. What I was saying was that it is and it isn't. A lot of people have claimed, you know, let's do this, let's be supportive, and I told Dave, I said I donated money on behalf of the Ride for Roswell because it was important, and I don't gain any prize out of it. I'm donating, I'm donating stuff to I have 2 boxes to send off to Dave this weekend. So that way he can get them so you guys can that have donated have an opportunity to win something, you know. And it cost me out of my pocket. It didn't bother me because I'm donating to a bigger cause. And at the same time, you have to look at there is inflation going on. There is other things, but I won't lie to Dave. And I told Dave, I said, because he and I we talk every. Y'all know I talk to him every day. Eh,
Every day.
when literally this came up with the drama, we started noticing a decline in the numbers. Now, mind you, I have not been active on YouTube. Y'all know that I haven't been, but I'm active enough to know that when I hear Dave is seeing this and it's negatively affected, and then I hear through other people, because again, I'm gonna look right into the camera. Let's say it just like this. I'm gonna say it slow. The people you think you're talking to, the people you, and that's this group, you are addressing and saying, hey, we can put negative comments. We're going to start talking negative about them. There are people in your circle that come to me and come to Dave and go to several other people we know and tell us the truth. And we have receipts. Receipts, folks, messages.
Well,
I'm going to say it just like that. So I get times are tough and it is bad, and inflation, joblessness, everything. It is
yes.
bad. That is 100% true.
I mean, I was
But
unemployed in December,
exactly.
and I didn't
you know,
hide it. I was honest about it too.
and on the flip side of that, look at what's happened for Dave, the positive things, and his life turned around. And other
Yeah.
people have come to us and said, "Hey, I can't donate," but they share in other ways. Now, now say it slower and raspy. You got to pay for that. That's ASMR. We'll be having the Patreon go out for that. That's a separate stream. Lack, but Dave is 100% right. It's a lot of people, a lot of. I would say I would attribute this to be like 75% what's going on in the economical world, and 25% this drama. I'd
Well,
rather be 100% the economics, not the way it's panning out.
as far as the economics, here's a little something right now. You have people getting their tax returns, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we're already past April 15th, and I worked in collections once upon a time. I worked for a call center, and we all know that usually around this time of year is when people are spending money left and right, and that's a straight up fact right there. People can check that out. But I'm not. This isn't something like, hey, I want everyone to donate $50 for the prizes we're doing. I mean, our lowest amount box retails for $50, and we're doing a $10. You do one $10 donation, you're entered in on what, 6 or 7 boxes right there. Come on, we're basically. I mean, if this was a business, we would be taking a massive loss on it, guys. Think about that.
Mhm.
But if given the hate, given how multiple people almost quit their channels, okay, multiple people almost quit their channels because of the hate of this small group of haters. Because what else am I going to call them? I could say some names, but I'm not. I'm
Oh,
not going to do that.
hey, Dave. No, don't say names. I'll put it. I'm gonna say something.
Ass clown. That's a name.
That's a good one too. Um,
Jagwagon. Idjit.
so just because people heard it on my channel, and this was months ago, actually, from what I heard from my friend that I spoke to yesterday and today,
Yes.
I posted that video in January. So since then, it's been pretty easy. But I have receipts, and folks, there's a case. All I have to do is push a button. All I have to do is push a button. So please give me a reason to see you get arrested. And for those that are
Uh,
participating, just so you understand this, wait, Dave, wait, I want to say this because I love saying this. Slander, defamation of character are federal offenses, especially when it's
yeah.
cyberbullying, and it's cyberbullying on an adult level. So we have access to your IP addresses. So I know where these people are. And if you think you're try me. Please try me. I have 3 friends waiting for me to push a button to have you get arrested.
Yeah, he only has 3 for no, I'm kidding. No, Duffman brought up again, like you said, Dre, the economy, everyone is broke, makes a big difference. Yeah. Um, And apparently, Gilster, check your IG now, according to Lack. Times are tough, and I want to thank Man Collect says I wasn't aware you did this fundraiser, Dave. I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry. One, I mean, if we're not, if we're not running the same circles, or you haven't come across my channel or even heard about this, it's not necessarily your fault per se. A lot of us, have been on YouTube for years and years, and sometimes we just meet each other for the very first time on a channel or on a mutual stream. So there's nothing to apologize. And I'm sorry that you lost your mother 11 years ago. And, he says, kudos for doing this. Yeah, I do the ride for Roswell. And, a couple years ago, I said, well, hey, I have this goofy little YouTube channel. Let me see what I could actually do. And a lot of people came out. They donated prizes. Um, you know, and I can't thank them enough for that. And this isn't that. This is about putting out that, this might be, if things turn around, it depends. Next year, I might change my mind and keep the Stream for the Cure as the way it is. But then again, I might do something different. We might do a. Oh, by the way, it looks like you have somebody behind you. Dre.
I know my wife is behind me.
Hi, Mrs. Dre.
Dave says hi.
But I mean, it's, we might do a jackass approach where maybe we do hot ones and we do all other kinds of crazy stuff, to help fundraise. If you want to see me torture myself, well, let's raise a certain amount of money. It could be something like that. But because this year has been so terrible, we might do a completely different format for Stream for the Cure, or we'll do some other approach. And it's, it's just very frustrating. Those that know me, like Aaron, Bree, Zombie, Lack, you guys know me. I'm not someone that goes on this kind of a tirade. I mean, if I had the concrete information, I would really put people on blast.
Oh, and he's got it as close to it through me. Just I'm going to interrupt him. He's got it as close through me because he's heard since December of last year when I almost quit because I was already done with this. And once I reached out to two of my friends, and I will say this, one works in the government and the other one works at the FBI. Wasn't that hard to have them find this information rather quickly. You'd be surprised. And it's interesting when people, I know, Brianna, I'm not quitting as much as these people. And Dave, just so, and I'm gonna say it just because I feel like
he can't quit you.
I can't smile. I can't help but to smile. But we had 20 viewers, and then I noticed the minute I came in, people stopped talking to you. It's almost as if when I came in, they were like, oh, or it has the exact opposite effect, and that's okay.
Well, I mean, have you seen your face?
I know I'm beautiful. Yeah. What can I say? So, it's and the thing is, it's in KBG. It's not about contemplating hanging it up. You shouldn't. You've been doing an amazing job. It's the circle of drama focuses really around, and dare I even say this? It's like Skeletor. I can't take Skeletor as a villain completely because he's laughable. It's and I picture this person that's leading this group like the He-Man villains. They suck. They're not Hordak, who's organized. This is like Skeletor and his merry band of misfits that think they're gonna just poke the bear and they run away. I'll see you next time, He-Man. And they're not doing it. You think it's funny, and it's amusing to me as a grown ass man that they're poking the bear when.
Wait, you're grown?
I would say mostly. But at the same time, they've heard from me. If you threaten my friends, I will take legal action.
I mean, Dre, you do play with toys.
I do, and wait, can I show something? Because hey, Dave,
is it family appropriate?
Dave, look, I have Miles. Miles is here. It only took me getting it. Can you believe that? I got it. I had to sell some of my stuff, but I got it. Isn't it cool? I'm sorry. Was that petty, Dave? I couldn't tell.
Well, there's only one Petty in the chat right now.
Oh, I know. Tom Petty, because he'd be cool.
No, Petty Bree.
We love Bree. But at the same
So,
time, like Dave said, you got to listen. Dave knows the bullshit is out there. It's like this is. I'm here, like I said, I'm here to support my brother because I want him to not. Because I know if I wasn't here, names would be falling out of his mouth. And I know I'm if I wanted to, I'd rather the hate come at me and him not lose his channel over me saying what I could say.
Hey, the Emperor
'Cause
said it best. Let the hate flow, but we're not going to do
I
that.
can feel your anger.
But
Oh, you guys like my Skeletor laugh?
Colbane said, definitely Zombie. My biggest problem is I tend to focus on the wrong things some days. We all do. I mean, hell, every day I look at the YouTube Studio app. I take a look at my watch hours. I take a look at views on videos. And, I just think, like, why can't I figure things out? Why am I so stupid? These are things that I say to myself in my head.
Don't say that.
Full
Because look,
disclosure.
full disclosure to you. Full disclosure. Let's lay it out there, right? Me. What's my numbers currently at? I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all can see. I'm gonna say the number.
I
That's
know
how
what the
many.
number
That's
is.
how many. That's how many subs right now I have on my channel, right?
Well,
And
I was gonna be funny and put a number in the chat, but I didn't.
yeah, number one or number two.
No. Two digit number, but as an adult number.
Yeah, I would have liked that too. But
See?
that's where I'm at right now, folks. 138. Why? Why am I at 138? My personality is freaking hilarious. So what everybody tells me I'm hilarious. They love me and Dave together. They love us separate. I do my content. Dave does his content. Dave has been, and I say this with the utmost respect and love, he has been booming with his content, yet his watch hours don't go well. Wonder why. Then my numbers, they won't move up. And I have people out there talking negatively about me to others in the community
And
saying, don't go on his show.
you've had the watch hours.
And I've had the watch hours. That's the hilarious part.
Yeah.
That's the hilarious part.
I
And
mean, how could you not? How could you have watch hours but not the subs?
and that's the crazy part, right? So when Dave and I have talked about this, we've I've like I said, it has to be. And then when I did the research and the due diligence and learning and through the community, that there
The
was a hate.
vetting.
Yeah, there's a slander campaign out there for Dre, for me. There are groups of people, a group of about 5 individuals. I know who you all are, and they
I
go
know
out
who
there.
y'all are too.
Exactly, Dave knows who they are because I got the receipts. I've shown him the receipts, and these people continue to go out there and slander me, and 2 of them don't even know me. 2 of them don't. And then they go after Dave. They don't know Dave, but they know Dave's my brother, so they got to go after him. They went after Aaron because I found that out too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to move coasts. Maybe I need to move to the Midwest. Maybe I need to move to Florida. Maybe I need to go somewhere where a bigger YouTuber that's a bigger fish, a big fish in the big sea, will help me navigate this. Because I'm a little fish. That's all I am is little fish, right? Because that's how people view it. This is not my life. This ain't Dave's life. We have kids. Well, he has cats. I have kids. We have our
I have
friendship.
cats.
Look at this. We have our friendship. We have real life shit that we can go do. And when the camera goes off, I'm still happy as a pig in shit. Are you? When the camera goes off and the light's not on you and social media is not looking, are you happy? Put it this way, to borrow another great line from CM Punk, stop trying to do this because your arms aren't long enough to box with God.
Are you seeing your God?
Oh, no, I'm not God.
Okay, I'm just saying.
What if he was one of us, though?
Just a slob like one of us.
Good. I see. I love you. That's why I love you.
Joan Osborne.
So what's this? Focus on doing stuff that you love. Exactly. I said that earlier. If you focus on what you love, the content is amazing. You know, when people are sitting there spouting hate and spouting gossip and bullshit drama that because they're kids, grown ass men that want to be kids, you know, like, you know, I don't know, elementary school kids, Dave.
Yeah, basically.
Because
I mean, hey, and in case you guys saw me, I was doing something with a marker here. I mean, like Dre said, the content. I'm taking a 3D printed piece right here, and I'm making it look chrome. That's what I'm doing here. Just while we're discussing all this craziness. I mean, it's YouTube's big enough for everyone, and if those people happen to hear this, you know, uh, and those people could be, you know, anybody who happens to be on the West Coast or in the Midwest, who happen to maybe they've had 2 or 3 different sets of co-hosts in the past year on their supposed channels and podcasts.
I feel like
You
Deadpool.
guys,
Oh,
what was that?
I said I feel like Deadpool. Like, oh,
Oh,
sorry.
he's so dark. You see from the DC universe?
Exactly.
But
I
listen,
gotta watch that movie.
just
tonight.
because you guys can't seem to hold your stuff together, don't come. Hey, if you got a beef or you feel some kind of butthurt towards me and Dre, guess what? That's your problem. Like Dre likes to say, it's a famous quote from Christian Bale. You know what is it like? If
Oh, I
you know
said so. Tom Holland.
if
So Tom
you're
Holland
not
said,
in my
if
phone,
you're not in my phone,
yeah,
why do I care about it? I don't care about you.
exactly.
And it's the truth.
And well, some of these people were in my phone until they were part of a chat with us. You know, the collector safe space is an actual chat of collectors, and these people were part of it. But because we had this little stipulation that the chat was about supporting one another. Hey, are you looking for this toy? Hey, I found it here. Or hey, you know, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You know, it's a mental health chat. And guess what? These guys were basically butthurt and left because they weren't able to promote their channels, their content. They're butthurt because it was a chat just for friends, but because we had this caveat that you can't promote your channel and content. You know, no one above anyone else. You know, everyone's on equal ground. And one of these people was, you know, a strong part of it from the beginning, but they left. And that's on them. And no wonder they have hopped from person to person, can't find a co-host.
It's like herpes.
And you know,
Always come back.
it's you know, and that's the thing. Don't hate on us if things aren't going your way. Me and Dre, we started a podcast a year ago. Oh, yes, it is on hiatus, but that's because Dre had some life events happening. I had life events happening where I was no longer available to do the Outer Dimension podcast at nighttime because I was working another job at the time in January. I was out of work in December, so I had to try and prioritize and figure things out. Hell, New York State still hasn't paid me my unemployment for that time. So I took a loss on a lot of different fronts. You know, things were tough here in the Dimension household, but we made it through. And that's the thing. There's so many people out there who are hating. And there are other people who I have issues with, but that's not about this stream. Okay.
Those will come
th-
back,
there,
Ranger. That will come back.
there's a lot of hate. Yeah. Ranger Restoration asked about the mental health streams. They will be coming back. Dre, you know, he switched his work schedule recently. Congrats on that. It's going to be better for him, better for his family. Now, Outer Dimension Podcast is also going to be returning in some shape or form. We just don't have an exact timetable on that because, well, one, May is pretty busy for both of us.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And part of June. and part of June is too.
Oh, jeez. You want to talk about June? I have 1 weekend off.
I don't
No,
think I
because
do.
no,
Graduation, Rory's birthday, Father's Day.
yeah, I have a graduation of my niece. I have also, well, I got Ghostbusters Day in June. I have the Ride for Roswell in June. And also Nickel City Comic Con here in Buffalo, New York, which me and the Buffalo Ghostbusters will be obviously at and featured.
You're running an event. Damn right there, nerd affiliated. Good to see you, brother.
Where was that?
It was on the way.
I,
It's coming up. Yeah, I'll put it up. I'll put it up. Oh, you got it. You beat me to it.
you're not that weekend. You're running an event. Well, I'm not running it myself. I'm just one of the team who are running it. The Buffalo Ghostbusters as a whole are running it. And Archer, you just wait. You just wait, buddy. There's a lot of craziness coming through. You're gonna scream like a little girl. And I do mean that. We got Greedo in the chat.
Hey, Greedo, welcome, buddy.
Greedo and a Speedo. We missed that guy.
But like Dave said, there's been a lot. Like it's like, and I'm going to address this too because I addressed it individually, but I'm going to address it with Dave here because I feel like we both have talked about this together separately, and we've addressed it on our channel separately. People have come to me requesting the podcast to like start back up. They're like, "Oh man, we miss you guys," and I 100% love you guys for doing that, reaching out to us. But I've also been on the flip side of it where I've gotten messages from people that have told me, "Oh, have you heard? I heard you and Dave have beef," and I was like, what? This is, Dave and I are so blunt with each other. If we had an issue, we'll tell each other. And I was like, so there was rumors going around about that. Like, so folks, we're two grown ass boys. We'll talk to each other. If we don't like each other, we would say it. I wouldn't be here right now.
Okay,
So,
one, if we had beef, it better come with bacon and cheese
no
on a
cheese,
toasted bun
bacon,
with some onion rings, some fries,
That's my cheat day. That's my cheat day food.
But I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people, that was another thing. People were starting rumors that me and Dre were feuding. No, we weren't. We talk to each other every friggin' day. Whether it's on phone, Instagram chat, Fortnite chat. I mean, we're
Facebook.
yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways that Dave and I talk to each other besides smoke signals. It's
Although my wife has threatened him.
Yes, he has. But she's also on my side, which is kind of cool at the same time because she realizes how important she is to the family. So exactly. So just so you understand, folks, there's no beef, there's no drama, and we're addressing that here because again, it was just BS.
What?
And just I wanted to lay that out because I thought it was hilarious that because the way
Rolando can eat right now. See,
I'm saying, so this is the story that I heard, and I told Dave. The people said, "Oh, the minute Dre came out," and supposedly it started when I addressed Dave on my channel, congratulating him on a Wednesday chat for getting for hitting over 2K subs and doing real well. And I was like, "Yeah, I was happy. I'm legitimately happy for him." And everybody was like, "Well, you said that," like, and then like right afterwards, you were like, "Well, my numbers are tanking," and I was like, "No, I didn't. Those were two different videos." And I thought about it, and I was like, "Why are you guys creating this?" And then it's like I told my teenage daughter while we were having dinner. People will tell you other people's BS to stoke fires to get you to go be provoked, right?
Hey, Millennium.
So, hey, Millennium, and I'm at this point. There's no arguments. There's no nothing. We don't
Burrito,
care.
it's at Wendy's.
Yeah, where's the beef? That's where at least the real beef is.
But a couple things to round us off. There's a few people who just popped into the chat. This stream was not the stream I wanted to do, but it's a stream I felt I had to do. Long story short, last fall, a small group of YouTubers decided to attack other YouTubers such as me and Dre and a few others, doing a smear campaign, trying to coerce and get people to not follow us anymore or to ruin our watch hours. Now, for some weird, unforeseen reason, powers that be, the cosmics, whatever you want to call them, decided that my subscriber count would go up, which it has. Dre came across an issue where, for some reason, he was putting some great content out there. He's putting amazing content that people have been keep asking about, but his subscriber count wasn't growing, but yet his watch hours were. He wouldn't have the watch hour growth unless people didn't like it. If someone tunes in and after 30 seconds they don't like it, they're going to switch it off. And that's the thing with me. I was only 100 hours away from being monetized, and now I'm about 1,000 away now. I still put out content, doing the live streams, because most people seem to be more reactive to live streams than my pre-recorded content. Go figure. I don't know. But me, him, and a few other YouTubers, a few of them actually got to the point where they wanted to quit YouTube entirely. That's bullying, okay? And we don't stand for that. So I am calling out those people. You know who you are. If you have a problem, okay, and you can't find your way to solve it, come find me. Okay, we are not going to have some kind of live stream debate. This is not what that's about. We're not going to give you any kind of a platform. If you have a problem with me, you have a problem with Dre, come find me at Dave's_dimension on Instagram, or email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. And if you want to have a face-to-face with me, guess what? We'll send a link and we can talk off camera, face-to-face, through Skype or whatever platform you want to use. You want to use StreamYard and we won't air it? Fine, we'll do that. But whatever problems you have with me or with Dre, grow the hell up, okay? Grow up, be a real person, okay? I don't want to throw throw the machismo around.
He's getting close to that name popping out in those names.
Listen, I don't want to, I'm also trying to watch my language. Listen, this is what's going on. I don't want to be that stereotype. I'll be that stereotype. Man up. Be a real person. Be a real man. Have respect. If you want respect, then give us respect and put it out there. If you're not, if you're going to be quiet, you're just going to sit in the corner and play your little games, guess what? You're going to be a little bitch. Be a bitch in the corner.
Oh, but wait.
Okay.
Caveat for Dave, what he just said. If you continue the path you're doing, handcuffs are in your future, and not the fun way. Law will come to your home. I'm saying that because it is I already warned you in January. It was never forgotten. It's there. So, and this goes for the other people that are involved in that too. It's not like I don't know who you guys are. I know who all of you are. Every single one of you, I have addresses and everything set up. Y'all want to apologize privately to us? That's okay. You want to apologize to me privately? That's okay. If you guys just stop, walk away, do your thing, just leave it alone, that's fine. I'm warning you. If it continues and I hear my man's name in your mouth, my brother right here, or if I hear my name in your mouth, or my kids, or my wife, I already warned y'all.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI will come a knocking and you will be going to jail over bullshit on YouTube. So
now,
I'm setting that point out.
This stream wasn't initially about threatening anyone, okay? But Dre's putting it out there. Okay, he's putting out there that he has, like he says, he has the receipts. He has this information. I want this squashed. I never started anything with anyone, but because of my friendship with Dre, these people decided, hey, let's attack these two. They seem to be thick as thieves. So guess what? You're not going to scare me away. Okay? I told Dre, I said, even if the world was crashing down, my channel was, let's say they tried to find some way to undo my channel, I would start a new channel and I would start it back up. If I got to this number, my current subscriber count, if I got to that once, I can do it again. And I don't have to buy it like some of you guys. Yes, we know that there's a few people out there, some of these people who started this smear campaign, they're also buying subscribers. They're buying views.
Or having other people do stuff like, "Hey, Dave, did you need this? Here you go, Dave." And it gets on his channel, and Dave's like, "Hey, this is from Dre." If you're jealous of our friendship and our brotherhood, hey, then that's okay. Be jealous. I'm sorry. That's just the way life is. But on the same breath,
That was something else that was brought up.
don't come after me
Apparently,
and him.
someone, a couple people brought up like, "Oh, why is Dre buying this?" Listen, Dre's down south. I'm up north. I come across a figure he's looking for. He comes across a figure I'm looking for. We trade. That's what we do. That's what friends do. We look out for each other. But if you're so butthurt that you feel the need to drive a wedge between us, or you feel you need to try and bring us down, you're not. Okay? I s-
Brianna, you're just can I just post that right there? Post it. That's exactly the thing. For the people that put my kids in their my wife's name and Dave, and I know they're gonna try to do. Don't try Dave. Don't try Dave because y'all. I'm not gonna protect you. I'm here to protect y'all. By telling you that there's legal action I could take against you. But again, if you don't like the content, don't watch it.
Listen, all I'm going to
I
say
don't
is
watch
this.
the other people's content.
If
I don't watch it.
anyone ever mentions my name in one of my friends' names on a stream, on a video somewhere, you're going to see a different Dave that nobody on YouTube has ever seen before. Okay? I am your best friend, but also you want to push me, you want to cross the line, nobody really knows who I am. Okay? Yes, I'm a Ghostbuster. Yes, I do stuff for charity year round. But guess what? I'm that person that I'm protective of my family and friends. If you want to be negative, listen. Like I said, you want to talk, you want to bring up negativity, you want to have this argument, we'll do it off camera. We're not going to give you a platform. Plain and simple. Okay? Again, we have names. And if these people want to start something, listen, nobody ever wins a fight. Nobody ever won a fight. Okay? You might physically win a battle, but you had to get your hands dirty. So did the other person. Nobody ever wins a fight. Okay? I want this squashed because you know what? Your attitudes, your frustrations, you're hurting other people. You're causing people to second guess themselves. You're bullying people. Did you like being bullied as a kid? Okay? There are
1 second.
ball
Wait.
cap wearing, you know,
Dave,
middle-aged,
Dave, Dave,
no
Dave.
no no
Pause it. Pause
no
it.
play
No.
for Mr. Gray type YouTubers out there who feel the need to somehow reinforce themselves because their life is circling the drain because they're having a crappy life. Life is too damn short. So if you want to squash whatever beef you have with us, you want to bring it up, air it out. Okay? Go to therapy. Do whatever you need to do. But guess what? I'm done with it. Okay? These people are blocked on all my social media, and that's all. So I think we said enough. I think Dre got taken away. He got kidnapped by gypsies in the night now. But today it came to a head. I had I came across messages today and it would did not sit well with me. And that's why this stream went from being talking about Mondo toys and potential new Ghostbuster lines and some other exciting, toy collector stuff, and it became this rant video. Sad but true. Blue says he's not sure what happened, but he likes sharks.
Okay. So I'll do here. I'm gonna keep it easy. Blue. Real quick summation. People are petty. People have been trying to attack and slander Dave's channel with his watch hours. They've slandered me and attacked me and my family and like verbally have like taken my channel to the point where I got watch hours, but I have uh no subscribers because people are telling other people that I'm a bad person, that I am a clout chaser, that I am a what was the other terms? I've heard several terms, and like I said, I've laughed when I've read these messages from other people about what they think about me and my channel, and I don't care. But when you start talking about my kids, and if I use my kids in my videos and my wife in my videos, that's where I draw the line. Like y'all don't push that with me. Don't mention my. You don't have any right to mention my family. Now it's happened to two other YouTubers that Dave and I personally know, and this smear campaign is to try to get four people that do nothing but good by the community. Four people that do good by the community to look bad. And
Yep.
several of you know these people. Several of you interact with these people. Several of you may even be in friend groups with these people. And the premise is don't poke the bear.
There you go, Millennium. That's how I'm doing with it.
And to be very frank and honest, Dave was very nice. He came out, you know, and he's frustrated because I've had to talk to him about this, and this is back from December of last year. And January, I made a video where I was practically in tears, ready to break my freaking computer with how pissed off I was.
Hmm.
And you know, then it got better. My subs went up, and then suddenly my subs tanked again recently. And then my friends that I know have been also experiencing similar issues. And we kept trying to figure out why. So, legally, I went and sought recourse with lawyers as well as with friends of mine that work in law enforcement. And I have information like that literally they're just like, oh, whenever you want, just tell us we got to press charges and we can go do that. And I have said no because the issue was, I thought, resolved. Apparently it wasn't. As of 3 days ago, it's actually exacerbated and gotten worse, and it just festered. It just didn't. It missed me because I just was dealing with my health. You guys know I had some major health stuff come up that I've been working on, and Dave and I talked about that. And then it
Hmm.
was like drama that between Dave and me that they were manufacturing, and it just blew up and blew up and blew up and blew up to the point that Dave and I were just like, enough's enough. Dave called me today or reached out to me today and was like ready to freaking blow his top, like crack, like freaking Mount
Krakatoa.
Vesuvius, Krakatoa. I was thinking of like I was trying to think of like a volcano that did damage and there's remnants still. And Vesuvius was one of them. And at the end of the day, Dave listened to counsel because I he wanted to name names, and I would love him to do that. But then again, I don't have to need him to name names because when I came into the chat, I will say two people that were in here earlier are not talking and are not in here now. And it's kind of odd irony that they left. Take that for what you want. And I'm not going to name their names, but they were in here and they associate with people that are in a
Yeah.
group that do these things. And it's just it's odd irony for people that don't know me and Dave personally to try to manufacture drama between two of us. So, and again, like I have another friend that's dealing with major shit in his life that he does not need any of this. And he's at a point far worse than I am that he's at the point where he's ready to have the police knock this person's door down and arrest them and do a lot worse. So I am stressing to you, and I'm speaking to the you, not our chat, to the you, because I know this video is going to get to be in your ear. I'm warning you. This isn't a spoiler. This isn't a prediction. It's a spoiler. You're this close to having legal problems and jail time. Stop it. We're not children. Stop it. And I'm saying this as serious as I can. This isn't Dre, this is Andre speaking to you. You're in deep shit. And I suggest you stop and walk away. Because if you don't, the next time you see this face, we'll be in a courtroom with two or three others. You're warned. You're warned. And that's why I told Dave not to throw names out. I'm being serious. I know it's very serious, that tone, but I'm saying it because Dave was ready to drop names. I don't mince my words. I know what I said very seriously. So just don't do it. 40-something years old. Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
I mean, it's like I said, and I don't mean to be a broken record, but people need to just stop. Now, next week, Tuesday night talks will be back. We'll be talking about more upbeat stuff, more
Fall of Hasbro.
hopeful stuff, because Stream for the Cure is not that far away. It's May 18th. Tomorrow is May 1st.
And Free Comic Book Day is
Guys,
Saturday.
I mean, if anyone is going to be participating, again, one $10 donation gets you in on all the wheels that we're doing. Okay?
One box is $100. The one of the box I'm donating is $150 box. The other box is a $50 box.
Hey, Archer, you already know the Mondo.
Well, and that's the other thing I wanted to get in on and discuss with Dave, because I kind of mentioned it earlier for y'all that watched my stream earlier. I did tell people I wanted to hear what people's thoughts were, because
Also, you told me that you can only be on stream for so long tonight. So
I got a few more minutes. I can say
okay.
a few more minutes. Until the wife sends me the text message. We have a code. She has to send me a picture with her in the blinds like this, and that means that's when I got to get offline.
Okay, I thought that was like Dre time.
No, I wish. That's a different Bitmoji. That's a different Bitmoji. But yeah, like
no eggplants allowed. What?
Yeah, no eggplant. No.
Now, I mean, I know Nerd Affiliates already mentioned it, and a lot of other YouTubers have already mentioned it. Mondo Toys is going to be they're going to be jumping over to was it a 1/12 scale?
1/12
I believe.
Scale. Yep, 1/12 scale.
So your McFarlane's, your Hasbro Marvel Legends, your 7 to 6 inch figures, and they're going to be doing real Ghostbusters.
They look good.
They're going to be doing Thundercats,
which
they're going to bring the thunder.
I don't know how I feel about that. They looked good. They're 12. Their 1/6 scale stuff is fantastic.
But see here's with the Thundercats argument. Here's one thing. They just did that with Super 7. So how many new sets of figures are you really going to be down for, right?
Well, I sold all mine. Remember, I sold all my Super 7s. Was it a year and a half ago?
Why is it got to be about you? I'm just saying.
Because I'm saying what I say.
Now, Mondo has done they've done G.I. Joe properties in the past. If you actually go to their website, they do have a Ghostbusters collection of poster art, little like tiki Stay Puffs and pins. So they've already had a line of that stuff related recently. But they did do recent news. And I'm actually going to pull up ghostbusternews.com, the ultimate news resource for all your Ghostbuster needs. No affiliation with them, but hey, here we go. So they did announce real Ghostbuster action figures from Mondo coming. This was broke on the 27th. Now, these images right here, these are concepts, I think, from about 2022. So these may not be the actual figures. But I mean, that's pretty good cartoon likeness of Venkman, but they're going with they're basically doing a new version of the Ghost that came with the real Ghostbuster action figures from Kenner way back when, and they're more recent reissue ones. Venkman gets some ecto goggles, which he almost never wore. I think he wore maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the series. So we get the we get the particle stream, because why is it a ball? One, it's going to fit easier the on the barrel of the neutrona wand, and also that's kind of the effect that they had in Ghostbusters, the
Yep,
cartoon.
the cartoon. It was like
You know,
looked like a little light
you had
bulb.
like a little orb. It looked like coming off of the tip of the wand right there. So I mean, right there, depending. Now, my question is, they haven't given us any price points yet, and that's the thing.
Well, Mondo, and I discussed this kind of briefly earlier, just so I could address
Yep.
Left Coast what he
See,
said.
Archer knows.
And Left Coast, you're half right. Mondo was owned by Funko. Mondo actually, Funko, when the CEO of Funko stepped down, and then like the CFO had stepped
Yep.
down, and a lot of things had happened in the last year and a half. Mondo actually reverted back to being its own company. They had to go under. They're still Mondo, but there's certain things that they had licenses tied
Yeah.
with Funko that they're still releasing. Um, but from what I had heard, Mondo is no longer under the Funko umbrella. They have access to some of the licenses, hence why we're still getting the X Men '97 1/6 scale figures. I do know that that's why they had access to the Thundercat stuff and a lot of like the Ghostbusters license, which I heard recently from C2E2 because I had 2 friends that were
No
there.
relation to R2D2.
Exactly. They that's where I heard. So I agree with Dave. I would, as far as price point for these, I feel these figures should be no more than $40.
I'm now see. I'm gonna say I see this more being along Super 7
So you're
pricing.
talking $60.
Maybe 45, 55. I can see around 50 to $55, because they're going to want to push that envelope. Look how much Marvel Legends is selling for like a 2-pack right now. Just for example. Now, here's something. The last one we looked at, Venkman. And again, these are concept arts. We don't know what additional hands they might give us. They might give us different hands, like maybe a thumbs up, maybe an articulated hand, something that's meant, because take a look at these 2 hands right here. I don't know if this PK is going to fit perfectly in
No,
his
it won't.
hands.
That wouldn't fit in the hand.
No. So that would suggest they might give us some extra hands, very similar to Super 7. Now, also, see, Archer's like, yeah, they'll easily be 55.
That's what I can see
Um,
that.
and here, didn't Diamond Select already
They
make these a few years ago? They did.
and they look terrible.
Well, it's not that they look terrible. There were some QC issues, and you can occasionally find a whole set of them being sold, but the packaging doesn't hold up. So we get a Ghost, we get the ecto goggles again, but here's the problem: how well is that going to fit, and will that cause any damage to Egon's glasses unless his glasses are removable?
Or if there's an alternate head sculpt that'll have like holes
Yeah.
like on the side for you to like actually just mount the goggles on,
Well,
so
see,
that
that's the thing. They could, I mean, if they go the Super 7 route, they could do an additional head sculpt, like maybe like a gasp
that's what we hoping. Like
you know, or maybe a mean look. This is just like, okay, he looks like a zombie right now. But this is cool that, I mean, take a look at that. The PK that they give us here. It looks really well done for a concept piece. I think this is pretty cool. Now, mind you, this is fan concept too. Now, what would be even better is if they made the particle stream glow in the dark, add
that would be a
a
cool
little bit
effect.
effect, or like under black light or something.
Or
You know,
actually, even with the PKE meter, you can do that too, or the goggles. If you had just put a little bit of the paint for it to glow a little bit, like so, if you had them in the dark, you could have those effects. Even go like '80s, or '90s toys where like you would have like you wet the toy up. Here, obviously not wet it, but
Archer.
maybe under what was it, UV light, you could have it
Yeah,
look like they're slimed.
Archer. If they did $30, they would go like no tomorrow. People would be buying them like no tomorrow. But I can't see them justifying it. If
Now, $30 with just this stuff, I could see that. If it's
No, no,
$30, you
no,
get the
no.
ghost and that, that's it.
Hear me out. Hear me out. When I say justify it from a company standpoint, because take a look at the paint effects on the paint apps on the Ghost here, right?
Mhm.
Then we have the gloves. $30. That I mean, that's lower than power it was the Lightning Collection Power Rangers remastered. Okay, that's less than that. Come on, let me pull this back up. So look at Ray again. We get the particle stream. Now again, this is fan concept. This is we don't know what it's going to be. We don't know how many accessories we'll get. But again, we get the ecto goggles, but we get the gloves because Ray was known for wearing gloves when he was using the wand. Now, some of the other guys use gloves on and off, but we don't see that there, which is a little different. Okay, Winston, all again, particle stream, a new version of the Ghost that came with his action figure, and then the ecto goggles, and
I don't
that's
like
all.
the base articulation doesn't look good. Like if you look at it, like
Freight features. It's great that they give us he's not going to have the freight feature itself, but they give us, and this is a joke right here. The short tie, as in a broken tie, because on the original figures the tie broke all the time. It's cool that they give us like a scare effect right there. Your PKE, your weapon. So I mean, it's cool that they kind of give us a concept. I think this is great.
I like that trap effect too. That looks dope.
This is Sam Hain, Archer. This is animated Sam Hain. So he was kind of crazy and menacing back in the. I mentioned that to Archer because he and I actually played Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed this past weekend. We teamed up and we took down Sam Hain, which was not easy, but it was fun. And yes, it would be cool if they give us an effect like this, like him going into the trap. But him going into the trap like this is kind of a nod to the intro to the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Again, I like what was it? Lefko said it best. Like, look at what he's saying with what it is. Like, they're
Mondo
12.
12-inch figs are 235 US. So at 6.5, we'll be we'll for sure be close to 70. Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, and that's 210, 230 is for, and I know like the Rogue that came with the Sentinel head Mondo 1/6
But,
scale, she was like 280 because she
but
came
what
with
I
a
think
Sentinel
is
head.
I think this is what they need to do. They need to do them as a set. So you're probably going to be looking
200 bucks, like for a set, or like a buck
uh,
50.
no, I'm
Buck
going to say
50.
this. I'm going to say 250
That's a
because
lot, dude.
well, hear me
250.
out. Hear me out. We don't know now. Again, these images are fan concept. Fan concept. Okay, that's like Legacy Nerd with his thumbnails. It's a fan concept. Okay, um, so we don't know what they're going to give us. I mean, they could give us a little background. They could give us a containment unit that you can put the trap into. We don't know what kind of accessories or what kind of extra goodies they might want to throw at us.
That's true. There's a lot.
Okay,
There is a
I
lot
mean,
there.
for all we know, they could include Janine. They can include Louis Tully. They can include a couple variations of Slimer or even a Stay Puff. We don't know. All that we know is that
Slimer.
Mondo, huh?
You need a Slimer too.
I mean, all that we know is that they've announced that real Ghostbuster figures, because here it is right here. Big news out of this year's C2E2 is Mondo accidentally teased, by the way, uh, an upcoming line of action figures based on the real Ghostbusters. That's what they said. As part of their live presentation, promo arts of the real Ghostbusters are shown, which include characters Peter Venkman, Egon Spengler, Ray Stans, Winston Zeddemore, and Janine Melnitz, which we don't see a picture of, and a series lovable mascot Slimer. We don't see that here. Like again, these are fan concepts here.
Well, it's
Let's
like, and I think Nerd Affiliated said it best. This is a guy that works at Mondo
yeah.
that's taking what he would like to see as far as images
I
go.
mean, come on, this is what we want. We want extreme Ghostbusters as well.
Yeah, when Dave
Kylie,
introduced me to that, look at that blaster though. That looks
well,
dope.
that's how Kylie didn't have the traditional pack. She had like a hand blaster because if you know she has another one over here. So she wore that because she wore the trap on her back.
Oh, that's cool.
in Extreme Ghostbusters. And of course, here's a monster right there. Here's a ghost because Extreme Ghostbusters they had to retool, they had to make the pack stronger. They actually had cartridges like ammo clips for their weapons. It was a very cool cartoon. They had a very cool concept, more darker concept. And if you look at her face, Extreme Ghostbusters was in the animation style of Men in Black.
That was a good cartoon series too.
Okay, so that was very much in the same scheme right there. It would be great, depending on how real Ghostbusters does. I can see them eventually advancing to here, to Extreme Ghostbusters, but we're not going to see that for a very, very, very long time. No, it's a fan concept by that's exactly what Dre was saying. That
Yeah,
was a
I
fan
just
concept
took
by
it what he said. I just quoted
that's why people think they will look like these. I mean, they may very well, but also we don't know exactly what is the packaging going to look like. Are they going to try and do card backs? Because
Mondo Mondo
because
has done
that's
them.
the thing. That's the thing. If you do a card back, you're going to have those fans that want to check out the articulation, who want to do the posings. So you're going to have to do what a dude's nerdery always said. You got to get two, one to stock, one to rock. But also, here's another thing. Here's one concern I have. How posable are they going to be?
That's exactly what I was saying earlier. Because if you look,
Because
like right there in the waist, there's
again,
no leg
Super
articulation.
7, Super 7, I love the Power Ranger figures that they've done, but they do have limitations when it comes to posing. So I mean, let's take a look at the leg right there. I mean, this is where your knee joint's going to be. Your elbow is actually kind of down here below the elbow pad. It makes you wonder just how posable are they going to be?
There's no
It's not like
butterfly joint, so like
I
you're not
mean,
gonna be able to like how are you gonna like get the guy to hold the
I
wand like
can't.
this, you
Well,
know?
a lot of times the guys would kind of like kneel down. Like you'd have two guys kneeling down while two are standing up. You get that the four particle streams going on. You're not going to be able to really do that per se.
Yeah,
You know,
I can't see it. I mean I see it,
I
but I
mean,
don't see it.
if they did like a little toe crunch, like McFarlane, then maybe there could be some posing right there. But I can't see that happening. I have there's so much that when I look at this, that it just it throws things off.
I
They will look like these. Lefko says.
Rolando.
Rolando says one to stock, one to rock. You wish, Rolando. Zombie
Alright, so
Hunters laughing at
yeah,
Rolando. Will you still buy them if they are 5 POA like Kenner?
nope.
The the fact that I mean, taking a look at this, this looks damn good. I mean, just proof of concept, just on the image alone, they look damn good. The question is, one concern is okay, the wire going to the wand coming from the pack. How well is that? Is that going to hold up? Because that
Is it
was
gonna
an
be like
issue with
corded?
No, well, hear me out. That was an issue with Diamond Select. Diamond Select, the wand wire from the real Ghostbusters and also from the movie Ghostbusters, they would pop out of the pack all the time. It depends on how the wand looks. Because right now we only see front view, we're not seeing back view. Does the trap come off of the pack, or is it just there for aesthetics?
Mhm.
The question is not just. I mean, when it comes down to it, you have to look at playability. Now, I don't mean you're going to sit around playing. No,
What are you talking about?
for
Is
us,
that
for us collectors, playability is okay. I want to get them in this pose. 3 or 4 months later, okay, let's take a look at the collection. Okay, now I want to do this. I mean, it's you change your collection and you change your poses from time to time, especially when you're cleaning them, right? So the question is just how many different kinds of poses are we going to get?
it's a
How,
lot. It's a lot. It looks like you could do a lot with these if and you're like and I see Lefko
but
says, would you do it at a cheaper price point if it's only 5 POA?
if if it's a cheaper price point, then I mean, just the look alone, because he was asking, will you still buy them if they're only 5 POA? You know, it looks damn good. That's the thing. They look good just in the picture alone. He looks damn good.
He does.
Okay.
I'll give it that, but I
I
also
mean,
agree with what he just said. It's a boutique company. They don't cater to kids. So this is
yes.
something that is exactly like if it's I think if you're looking at if you're saying for an adult collector, that's looking at and I talked about this earlier again on my stream, the if price point is $55 with and they're able to articulate similar to a Super 7 figure, then I mean that's you're on par with that, and that's a
Gilster,
pretty mid tier.
I'm sorry, Gilster, that's not going to happen. He said he would like a Plasma first wave re-release. It's not going to happen.
Ooh, a diorama would be nice. Like get the like. I mean, again, Mondo would probably do this. Imagine them redoing the firehouse, like a modern firehouse.
I already got it right there. Thanks to Duff Man.
No, I'm saying I know that Duffman's amazing. I'm just saying, imagine them redoing the firehouse as a
Well,
playset for an adult.
see, here's the thing: if you have a 3D printer, you don't have to.
Okay, for the people like Dave, again, let's speak for the plebeians, the people that do not have the 3D printer access.
Well, then you have your friend 3D print it for you.
And it still would cost money. Now, if you're saying that it's $500, like Cat's Lair was $800, and they made Cat's Lair, they redid Castle Grayskull, they redid Snake Mountain. You know, there's talks that Hasbro wants to redo, some of their bigger play sets. They did the Sail Barge. Could you see a potential of a Firehouse play set built for these 6.5-inch figures?
I'm going to say, is there the potential? Yes, there's always a potential. Everything has potential. Okay. There's always a potential for things to happen. Plain and simple, right? However, potential, the probability, and the likelihood, those are three separate discussions there, my friend. Because let me throw this at you. They gave us a reissue of the original Kenner figures, right?
Yeah.
They gave us the Fright feature figures. They gave us a reissue Ecto 1, which may or may not be on the block to be given out at Stream for the Cure. Stay tuned. But they never gave. They could have reissued the Kenner Firehouse, but they didn't.
Ramen Toys, and I have issue with Ramen Toys price point because they're starting to realize that they're a player in the retro market.
Beef or chicken ramen is just too salty. I'm sorry, too much sodium.
I think Ramen Toys needs to take a step back because they actually caused enough issues with Super 7. And if Mondo is really undertaking this project, I think Mondo will knock it out the park. Like I said, I've seen the X-Men 97 1/6 scale, and I am very tempted to grab a few of those because they look amazing. And if Ramen Toys does want to take a crack at that, they have to have the license, and no one's going to sell a license for Ghostbusters. What are you going to call it? The spirit, the spirit house.
Well, here's Spook Central.
Maybe the real Ghostbusters. I could see them redoing like the real Ghostbusters cart, like that. That I could see them maybe getting that license if Mondo doesn't have it already.
Technically speaking, the term Spook Central was used in the movie Ghostbusters because they referred to Dana Barrett's apartment, Spook Central, but then they often referred to the firehouse as Spook Central because that's where all the ghosts were contained. If they're going to do a diorama, they could do the firehouse, but the thing is with the firehouse, see, what I would want as a Ghostbusters fan, what do I want as a diorama piece? I want the basement with the containment unit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, could you see that happening?
Okay, Dre, I'm gonna burst your bubble. People have 3D printed it already. So can Mondo or someone else do it? Yes, they can. With lights. I've seen it.
That'd be dope.
I'm talking the real Ghostbusters containment unit that looks, it's just round, big and massive.
Yeah.
Yes, people have 3D printed it. Nice. They've even added lights to it. Okay.
That's cool.
And they've done the staircase. A friend of mine has you can buy the plans if you're like part of a Patreon or a specific group. You can get the plans to do it and 3D print it yourself, but then you have to do the electronics of it all. So I mean, yeah, because the basement looks huge compared to the firehouse. It looked massive in the cartoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, you could have that because you could recreate Stay Puft coming out of the containment unit, or hell, if you get like a big ginormous mantis, you could do Murray the Mantis. It's a thing. It's a thing, guys. So there's a lot you guys can do. Rex, you have yourself a great night. He says, have a great night, everyone. Got to put my daughter to bed. Yeah, tell her good night from all the crazy toy collectors here. Rex, you have yourself a great one. Take care. I mean, yeah, there's a lot they can do. They could just call it the Firehouse. They don't have to call it the Ghostbusters Firehouse. They
True, but
they
Ramen Toys is notorious for naming it close enough to it. Like they call him like what was it? They called like the Centaurians. They called them the
yeah,
Air
but
Warrior, the Land
yeah, but
Warrior, the Sea
even the
Warrior.
guys refer to the Firehouse as the Firehouse.
Okay, I mean again, I'm just saying.
They would call it the Firehouse, or they would call it Base. Let's get back to Base. They've said that a few times. So there's a lot of vague. I mean, you could say the Spirit Base. I mean, there's a lot of terms you could use it to describe the Firehouse. It's very easy. It's so easy. Yang can cook and so can you, man. If anyone knows that reference. But yeah, I mean, they look great aesthetically, spot on. Looks fantastic. Okay, looks fantastic. However, like I said, we don't see the back of the pack. Here's the question: are the sculptors and the guys making this, men and women making this, are they big fans? Are there going to be hits and misses when it comes to looking at the proton pack? We don't see the back of the proton pack. For some fans, that's going to break it or make it right there. That's going to break it or make it. There's just a lot of uncertainties, and it's great that we know that there's a future for Ghostbuster figures. But here's the real question: is what is the price point going to be? What other accessories are we getting? It's great that we see this concept, but are we going to get alternate hands? Are we going to get traps? Are we going to get different blast effects? We do not know. So, I mean, there's a lot of questions. We just have to stay tuned. But guys, if you are fans of Ghostbusters and you're fans of what Mondo could be potentially doing here, then please, I highly recommend you go and you follow Ghostbuster News. Jason of Ghostbuster News, he has his own YouTube channel, Ghostbuster News on YouTube. But you can also go to ghostbusternews.com, which I highly recommend going here and following him. He has all the latest and greatest information on anything and everything Ghostbusters past and present. You guys just don't want to miss out. Answered one question. Which question is that?
Ghost Blasters.
Oh, better Ghost Blasters than Finger Blasters. What?
But yeah, I have to get going because I
Yep.
didn't get the little one myself. But y'all
Yep.
listen to Dave. Love it. Like we were saying, at the end of the day, everybody just cut the crap out. It's a big enough place. Be cool. Chill.
Everybody and their grandmother can have their own channel. Like I said, and I am hoping, even though we got kind of serious, we got kind of deep tonight, which I don't like to do. As far as the discussion, as far as emotions and thoughts flaring up. That aside, next week we are going to be returning to our normally chaos filled, fun filled. Let's have some fun, and who knows, maybe we'll talk some X-Men 97 next week. There's a lot of fun stuff for us to talk about next week. Stream for the Cure. We got the countdown for Stream for the Cure. And yes, for the ride for Roswell, I am already training. I mean, I've done a few 26-mile rides from work to home. I'm going to be doing some more training and making sure that I am physically ready. My legs hurt like crap, but hey, I'm going to be training. Who knows? I might do some more videos on the bike riding or not. We'll see what happens. I want to thank everyone who was in the chat tonight. We had a lot of great people in the chat. Thank you very much, guys. Next week, and by the way, our Tuesday Night Talks is going to eventually evolve into having hosts, or not hosts, but guests. I have several guests lined up. One of them is Colbane Games, Aaron of KBG. We're going to have him on one of these Tuesday nights. We have a few other people. I just need to plan and get a few things sorted out. And then we're going to be doing that. We're going to have occasional guests. And anyone who's watching this, anyone who's out there, if you want to be a guest on Tuesday Night Talks, all you have to do is just message me at Dave's Dimension on Instagram or Dave's Dimension 78 at gmail.com. I would love to have every single one of you on here. Zombie Hunter, Dave's Life, of course. We've already talked. Blue Sasquatch, Nerd Affiliated. I would love to have Nerd Affiliated on as an actual guest, where we'll ask some questions. We'll do some deep diving. We'll unravel the psyche that you are. Of course, Millennium Workshop, Rolando. I would love to have Rolando on because let's talk with the multiversal moderator. Ranger Restoration Repair. I would love to have you on. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in the future. But guys, right now the main focus, of course, is the Ride for Roswell. Again, if you want to donate to Roswell Park, the donation link is in the video description below. And of course, if you want to be a part of Stream for the Cure, if you want in on the amazing prizes we're giving away, you just have to donate $10. Message me with a screenshot of your donation and also provide me your screen name and your actual first and last name so we can track who you are. Again, your name gets entered in on all the wheels that we are doing. All the wheels. So $10 gets you in on 6 or 7 different prizes. Those are pretty good odds right there, guys. So, guys, again, all you have to do is go to the description below. But guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.